Hey y'all, I'm Tatum Harville and I'll be doing your ENH sports interview. Whether it's beside the field or the court, the Emory and Henry cheer team is there with energy and encouragement, celebrating wins and setting up comebacks alongside our teams. And joining us from the cheer team today, we have junior Kristie Crowder. Kristie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Tatum.
Thanks for being here. It's going to be an awesome time. So it's football season right now. Can you kind of give us just a little bit of insight into what your day-to-day life looks like for a football game?
Usually during the week, we're pretty busy, so Saturdays are relatively really busy when we start doing stuff. In the mornings, typically hair and makeup, and then you might not think that has a lot to do with it, but there's a lot of like team management to that. And then after that's done, we go right into stunning and practicing, and that can be kind of nerve-wracking because it's usually either typically cold or with the weather we've had lately, it's been kind of warm, so it just depends on whether we're having to change out of uniforms or prepare and see what the cheer and the dance team will do for that day.
What does preparation look like throughout the week with your practices?
So we practice 3 times a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays for 2 hours. So usually Wednesdays are stunts and pyramids, which they're pretty difficult. We have to get everyone involved, and putting layers and layers upon people is kind of hard when it comes to muscle strength. So just adapting and just working as a team to build those pyramids for Saturday.
What's a stunt that you're most proud of that's taken you a long time to get as a team?
As a team, our totem pole, that's a pyramid, and that's usually pretty difficult where flyers, there's a bottom layer, a middle layer, and an upper layer. So usually flyers go on top of the bases, and then there's another set of flyers on top of that. So just running between those and just making sure everybody's secure and confident in that.
What are some of the biggest challenges that your cheer team has faced this season?
We have a relatively young team, so we have a few juniors and I think maybe 2 or 3 seniors, but we have a lot of freshmen coming in, so just molding with them and getting to know them as a freshman class has been kind of difficult. But
how do you think you all have overcome that as a team?
Team bonding. We've been out of town a couple of times together, and we actually did a camp this summer, and we worked together and did a clinic, so doing that was nice.
That's awesome. So looking back at your time as an Emory and Henry cheerleader, do you have just one favorite moment that sticks out in your mind?
My favorite moment is we do this drill in practice called the fishbowl, and each of us get in there and we go up and down. So like just doing stunts relatively and doing that just works, and seeing the excitement on my teammates' faces, whether you hit the stunt or whether your teammates are hitting it, it's pretty nice.
That's so fun. So this next one is a little bit of a fun question. So when you're on the sidelines for a football game, I want you to fill in the blank for this. Our fans are most excited when we blink. What do you think makes the crowd go crazy? Do you have a favorite cheer, a favorite stunt?
Usually the fight song. So that's usually something we do, and that usually gets the crowd up in the student section. So.
That's awesome. Okay. So coming in as a cheerleader, who has been your biggest inspiration to do that?
I would have to say my captains, because usually just each of them, so I have a background, I don't have a background in competitive cheer, so just seeing them do that, and as an athlete, a former athlete in high school, just seeing and building upon them and their attitudes has just been a big inspiration.
That's awesome. And this is our last question, Kristie, but being a cheerleader now, what advice would you give to someone who maybe is an aspiring college cheerleader?
A positive attitude, definitely all the time, whether it's practices or games, and as you can see with the weather, that's changed a lot, so just having a positive attitude no matter the situation will really be a help.
That's awesome, and I know that you're going to do that for so many girls. Thank you for all you do for Emory and Henry cheerleading, Kristie. We're cheering you on for the rest of your season and into competition too, so thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.